My guests are Dr. Jim Sullivan, who is the Chief of Emergency Medicine at Harrington Hospital, and Elise Wilson, who is a nurse at Harrington Hospital at the Emergency Department. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you know, we are a regional chamber. One of our affiliate chambers is the Chamber of Central Mass South, and one of the anchor employers in the region. Not only provides first-class immediate care to people, but also is a major employer in the region, Harrington Hospital. And there's a campaign that has begun to renovate the emergency department. And maybe, Dr. Jim, you want to start us off about that?
So, as you may know, Tim, we did a full ED build for the Worcester campus a number of years ago.
Right.
And the last time that we did any kind of a renovation for the emergency department at the Southbridge campus was in 1998. And we have seen, you know, yearly growth. I think, you know, from about that time to now, we've seen about a 25% growth in patient volume through the emergency department. We've gone from, you know, the low 20s, 22, 23,000 to 27,000 now. We have a 14-bed emergency department, which is cramped, but we continue to, you know, deliver extraordinarily high-quality care. And, you know, in a lot of ways, we're one of, I think, the more high-functioning community hospitals in the state. I would venture to say the best emergency department in the state, humbly speaking. But and so it is our goal to build out from the present department. The intent is to take a department that said now is struggling to see the volume that we're seeing, 27,000, build out the facility to be able to see about 35,000 patients in the next couple of years, because we continue to see said increase in patient volume. And so the renovation will begin in the next several months. It'll probably go on over 14 to 18 months. The initial effort will be to build out from the present footprint. Ultimately, we will you know, build out an extra 1,000 feet or so of footprint, which will include 4 new examination rooms.
And you know, you use community hospitals. I think it's important, you know, in Worcester County, you know, Worcester sometimes gets a lot of the attention and conversation, and it is the engine in many ways, but it's not the only engine. And when we think about growth in Worcester County, it's not just in the city, it's in the towns, and you know, as Worcester County grows, southern Worcester County, naturally more people are going to be visiting the hospital and having needs. And the last time the ED department was 1998
right.
in Southbridge.
Right. And
then you also point out again, Harrington anchors not just in Southbridge, but in Webster as well, in terms of medical response and community. And, you know, at least, you know, you've been there in the front lines. You know, if you don't have the kind of the facilities to kind of triage people, get them ready, it creates all kinds of problems.
Right. I've actually been at Harrington Hospital for over 40 years. This would be the 4th renovation that I would have lived through, because when I started, there were literally 4 stretchers, and that was it, with curtains in between them. And we have progressed through up to the major renovation, which was in 1998. That really increased our space. But as it is now, we're so overrun. We frequently see patients in the hallway, which is not ideal. We can manage it, but it's just not ideal. We need more technology, we need more space. And
so there's a campaign that's been launched by the hospital where you're reaching out to, you know, Central Mass and Southern Worcester County that to try to raise some money here, several $1 million. That's the plan, right?
Yes, yeah, I think the expectation is that the whole build out will cost about $5 million. Yeah. And we have had extraordinary response from the local community businesses and individuals to support the effort to build out the new facility. And so we're, I think, pretty much close to our goal. I know that you know, bids have gone out, final bids to begin, you know, kind of putting shovel in ground, and we expect that to begin sometime in mid-June, maybe a little bit later than that, but certainly we're, you know, more than a month or 2 away from initiating construction. And all of us, nurses, physicians, we have physician assistants, nurse practitioners who work in the department, techs, everybody's had kind of a chance to put their input, you know, submit their input into, you know, an idealized situation so we can, you know, most effectively and most safely care for the patients that we see.
Yeah, and just as some sense of scale, I mean, Worcester, the city, has a population of 182,000, but Harrington, you serve 24 communities and a population of about 174,000 people. So, you know, and Worcester is lucky to have 2 hospitals in the city. You've got 24 communities and two locations,
right.
but this underscores the growing population, the need in the facilities. And so in that effort to raise some money for this $5 million effort, which sounds public, a variety of different ways to raise money, you've got a gala event coming up in Mechanics Hall this summer.
Correct, July 14th. We have an evening of live and silent auctions. We have music, we have food, much of it sponsored by local restaurants. And of course we have the two guests of honors. Three. Well, right.
So July 14th, the event is called A Fair to Remember. But never mind Danny Amendola, who I guess this may be his last public appearance in New England before he goes to play for the Miami Dolphins. Not only are you going to have Danny Amendola and Julian Edelman, but Elise is going to be honored as well, Elise Wilson. And unfortunately, there was an event in June of last year where you were doing your job as you've done for years, and this is kind of what you never know what you're going to get when was going to walk in an emergency room department. And unfortunately, somebody not of sound mind came in and attacked you viciously.
Yes. Yeah, I was unfortunately stabbed several times. My son calls me the luckiest unlucky person in the world because I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, but also in the right place at the right time, because I managed to get myself into the trauma room, where I don't remember too much after that, but the ER team at Harrington Hospital, after a moment of shock, just sprang into action and basically had to resuscitate me, stabilize me, and get me to UMass, where they continued with the surgery efforts to save my life.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a resuscitation effort, and had I not been there, had the local hospital not been there and ready to go, I probably would not be here talking.
Well, you can tell Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola, you've taken much harder hits than them and gotten back up.
That's right.
And we're glad you're here in this place right now to talk about this event. And so you're going to be, part of the event is going to be Harrington Heroes, and the event is going to be for the staff and for others, for you to kind of commend the staff and for their perseverance and the work that you do and your colleagues, Dr. Sullivan, every day. 365 days, 24 hours a day in terms of meeting those responses. So people, you mentioned some of the restaurants too. We got Baba's Sushi, which is in Worcester and in South Worcester County, the famous Clam Box, Revezzi's, Porterhouse, Mexicali, and others. So it's going to be kind of like a taste of various different restaurants, private cocktail hour, silent auction, honoring people and supporters, but then an opportunity for sports fans and to hear from Danny Amendola and Julian Edelman. Right.
There's an opportunity for folks who are particular fans of the team and of those players to buy VIP tickets. It begins earlier. They have an opportunity to speak with Danny and Julian, get autographs, opportunity to get some autographed merchandise as well. Folks can go to the harringtonhospital.org website. There's a Harrington Hero.
Harringtonhero.org if people want to learn more about it. And I guess some of the VIP opportunities are limited now, only 20 available to kind of have a little one-on-one with Danny Amendola and Julian Edelman and Elise.
Meet our true hero.
Yes, the true hero. Right. But so more information, they can get there again July 14th at Mechanics Hall in Worcester, 5 to 11, a great event. And as a regional chamber, it's really important that we talk about important economic engines, but when you add healthcare, the service that's provided, good stuff. And Elise, great to have you with us.
Thank you. Can I make one more point? The other point I want to make is the importance of a community hospital in both our Webster area and the Southbridge area. There are so many people that don't have transportation, they don't have primary care doctors. We are their only access to primary, to medical access at all. And if we were not there, I really don't know where these people would fall.
No, great
Through
point.
the cracks,
no,
basically.
Our community hospitals are very important, but fragile given the crazy world we live in terms of healthcare and economics and things. But you do it every day. So thank you, Dr. Sullivan and Nurse Wilson.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Yeah.